OK, let's have a big switch of gears now. And Jackie Weaver's Hollywood star has been on the rise since she earned that Oscar nomination for her terrific role in Animal Kingdom.
In the last 18 months, she's been in 6 local and overseas plays and had her pick from 20 film offers. Now, in a moment, we'll be joined by Jackie Weaver, but first, let's take a look at her new movie, The 5-Year Engagement.
Grandparents do have a tendency to die.
Mum, they're all right there.
Well, for now.
This is why we do not delay weddings.
And Australian actress Jackie Weaver joins us now. Thank you for being here.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
How has the shift to taking on Hollywood, how has that been for you?
Well, it's not an exaggeration to say my life's changed. It's incredible. And it's kind of bewildering and amusing that it happened so late in my life. I was perfectly happy with my career in Australia, but yeah, David Michôd, who wrote and directed Animal Kingdom, has changed my life. Last year I did 4 films in America, and this year I've got a whole lot of stuff lined up.
How did you feel being approached by the likes of Judd Apatow and Jason Segel? Very much they're not, I was going to say up-and-comers, but they're the new Hollywood establishment these days,
they're
aren't they?
wonderful. I mean, anyone who'd make Bridesmaids and Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Get Him to the Greeks, that kind of crazy... I never expected to be in that kind of film, and especially with the likes of them. Jason Segel and Emily Blunt, who are also in Australia at the moment promoting 5-Year Engagement. They're gorgeous. They're so lovely. And to be Emily Blunt's mother. And she's the full package, Emily. She's such a brilliant actress. She was in... Young Victoria, she was so good in that serious stuff, but then she's also Devil Wears Prada and...
Got a great role there.
Yes, and this time I'm her mother and I'm a real nasty old piece of work.
Which you, I hate to say, you pull off very well.
Yeah, thanks. Well, of course I had to have an English accent because Emily's so frightfully British. And my mum was English, so I didn't have any trouble being English. But I hasten to say my mum was really nice. This character of Emily's mother is a very bitter old divorcee who's got serious reasons. Yes.
Do you enjoy doing comedy?
Yeah, I do. Well, I've been acting in the theatre for nearly 50 years, and I probably do just as much comedy as serious stuff. So it's second nature to me, and that was what was so great about after Animal Kingdom. The Americans didn't pigeonhole me. They thought, yeah, she could probably do this. And as soon as I met those guys, they made me laugh, and luckily I made them laugh, so it worked out.
And you've made all of us laugh. Now, Jackie, as part of this ambition, you've achieved what has been a lifelong ambition to at least spend some time living in the United States, shooting all of these films. How's that been?
Yeah, well, I've always been a New York fan. I've been going to New York ever since the 70s, but I've grown to love LA. I mean, you could say it's because I've been so spoilt. Well, once you get into the Oscar realm of things, they're so kind to you over there. They're very generous culture, Americans.
Until your movie flops.
Yeah, that's right. Suddenly you're the feather duster the next day. But yeah, so far I've been having a fantastic time. I played Robert De Niro's wife in the last film I was in, and Bradley Cooper's mother. What a beautiful boy he is. And the producer of that, I'm going to show off now, the producer of that, Bruce Cohen, he made a documentary for Mrs. Obama for her favourite charity. So she invited him to dinner at the White House. It was a small exclusive dinner, and she sat Bruce next to the president, and the president said, "Are you working with Jackie Weaver at the moment? I loved her in Animal Kingdom."
Oh, really?
Barack Obama said that.
The fan in
I
chief.
know that's showing off, but I mean, really.
Oh,
it's worth it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I love him so much. Isn't he gorgeous? Wouldn't it be terrible if Mitt Romney got in? Oh, no political comment, please, on the ABC.
Do you find it? I mean, Barack Obama loves your work. You mentioned working with Robert De Niro. How do you deal with this? Do you find it hard keeping your feet on the ground?
Well, I can't believe it's happening to me. And it's just as well it's happening to me now that I'm in my 60s, rather than when I was in my 30s. I would have gotten so pleased with myself, probably. I still am pleased.
When you were making Animal Kingdom, did you have any idea that it would become as big as it has and receive the accolades that it has?
No idea. I knew it was a great script. I knew we were making a good film, great crew, fantastic lineup of cast, and David Michôd, who's fantastic. I think he's inundated with work in America now. And I thought we had a really good picture, but I had no idea it was going to have this kind of success.
And it's not just you, a terrific ensemble cast.
Oh, well, Joel Edgerton.
Who's also
He's amazing.
going on to
And
huge things in Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah. Did you see The Warrior? He was
I haven't
good in
yet.
that.
I've heard
Oh,
terrific
so good.
reviews.
Yeah.
And just quickly, you mentioned that you're pleased that you're receiving all of this success at being in your 60s and a woman. There are some in Hollywood who have said that it's very hard to get roles as a woman. Once you're in your 60s, you're not suffering from that same
You know,
problem.
I think I don't really buy into the age thing. I think it's hard, whatever age you are. I think the stats are it's something like 10% of actors are in work at any one time. So you've really got to be hungry to work if you're an actor. It's easier if you're a journalist. Not much easier.
Not much these days, no, certainly not. And I heard you earlier, Jackie, this week talking about how you were keen to get the Australian accent in some American films. You know, you pulled off this British role very well. Are you very keen to see the, if not the ochre Australian accent, but just Aussie accents?
So far I've had to do an upper class American accent and a very working class Philadelphia accent, which is quite tricky. But you know, there is so many Australians in Hollywood at the moment. I heard a young American actor say, from now on I'm going to do an Australian accent when I go for a job because they're the ones who get jobs, yeah.
And I think it has a lot to do with hard-working nature. Jackie Weaver, thank you very much for your time.
It's lovely to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Great to see you.